Hi there. In this video, we are going to set up the My School Library report. We are firstly going to create a new report. We'll create a landing page with a logo and a background. We'll then go on to duplicate those pages. And these will provide the framework for all of the pages within our report. We'll rename those pages. And finally, we'll add a navigation experience. We're actually in the build report stage of creating a Power BI report because at this point we don't need data, we don't need to transform the data, and we don't need to model it just yet. What we will have is a pages framework that we can make use of as we build the report later on. So let's move on to the exercise and start building our Power BI report. I'm on my desktop computer and I've already downloaded Power BI Desktop. I'm going to search for Power BI, type in Power, and then select on Power BI Desktop. And this will launch the Power BI Desktop application. I'm in the landing area of Power BI and I'm going to select for New Report. Before I go any further, I'm going to save this report. I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to select Save. It's offering me some locations, but I need some more options here. I'll go to Browse this device, and I'm going to select the location I'm interested in, and I'm going to call it My Library Report. I've updated that, and now I'm going to select Save. Let's rename page 1 to landing page. Landing page. We're now going to add in a background. I'm going to select on the screen there, select on the formatting option, go to canvas background, and then we're going to browse for an image. In my course resources, I have a background JPG. I'm going to select that and then open. The thing that's immediately obvious here is we haven't actually got a background, and that's because it's completely transparent by default. I'm going to change that and make it 60%. I'm also going to change the image fit to be fill. Finally, let's go down to wallpaper, and we'll make the wallpaper color black. I'm actually happy with this now, so I'm going to duplicate this across the other pages that we're going to be building. I'm going to right click on this and then duplicate it. Let's do this 3 more times. And now I'm going to rename the other pages within our report. The first one is going to be called Filters. The second one is going to be Current Loans. The third one is going to be Students Review. And the final one is going to be Detail. One of the features of the Detail page is that it's going to be a hidden page, and that's because we're going to navigate to it from the Students Review. So I'm going to right click on the Detail page and then select Hide. I need to move back to the landing page so that we can configure it further. Let's move to Insert, Image, and let's look for an image. I'm going to select the library logo and then Open. And I can resize and reposition this as suits me. The final part of this lesson is we're going to add in 3 buttons, and these are going to give us the opportunity to have a navigation experience within our report. On the insert, I can select the buttons, and I'm going to insert a blank button. I'm going to reposition this and then make it a different size. I now need to change the properties. The first property I'm going to change is the fill property. I'm going to look for the fill property, turn it on, and at this point the transparency is 50%, and I'm going to change that to not be transparent at all. If I remove the fill search, I can see that if I select on the style, I can change the text property, and then I can change the text to be current loans. Let's change the font size here. We can make it 50. And we can change the size of the button. If I select on the button, I can select Control C, and if I select Control V, then I get a duplicate of this. I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to reposition these, and I'm going to change the titles of the second two buttons to Students Review and Report Filters. To do this, select on the button, go to the style, and then I'm going to change that to Students Review. And let's do the same for Report Filters. Select on that, and we can change it to Report Filters. Now that this has been done, I'm going to select on Current Loans again. I'm going to collapse the Style menu, and then I'm going to select the action to be on. I'm going to hit the drop down here, and the action is going to be a page navigation. It's going to ask us which page to navigate to. I'm going to select the drop down, and I'm going to navigate to Current Loans. To confirm that this is working correctly, in the desktop experience, I need to select Control on my keyboard, and then I can select the button. I've now navigated to the Current Loans page as expected. Let's move back to the landing page and configure the two other buttons. Select on Students Review, select the action, hit the drop down. Action is going to be page navigation. The destination is going to be to the Students Review. And then on the Report Filters, select the action. The type is going to be page navigation, and the destination is going to be filters. We now have a basic framework with which to start building our Power BI report. At this point, if we look at the tables view, we can see we have no tables whatsoever. And if we look at the relationships, we can see we don't actually have any tables here either. That's going to change very soon. Let's move back to the report view. And then I'm going to save my report. I can either select File and then Save, or I can hit the Save icon at the top. That brings us to the end of this video on setting up the My School Library report. I'll see you in future videos.